From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss that's here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror from here. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Management schemes and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa have seen it all. From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
There we go. It always throws me off. I'm not ready for when that song's going to end. Anyhow, y'all, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of I Hate It Here. My name is Erika.
Hi, Marissa.
And thank you for hopping on the Hot Mess Express.
Aboard. Welcome to the Hot Mess Express. Choo choo.
There we go. Got it.
Look at us.
Fifth show, we got it. We nailed it. Even though it's still low, that totally bothers me, but there's no fixing that. It's a system.
Yeah. We'll figure out something.
Yeah, welcome to another week of I Hate It Here. Marissa and I were just bitching before we jumped on about how fucking bombarded with work we were this week. I was overwhelmed, quite honestly.
Yeah.
And I've never been this busy at this job before, and I didn't like it. I mean, granted, it was not like corporate busy that I used to have, right? Mm-hmm. But I was super busy the entire time. Like I couldn't really dick around on social media. I couldn't. I wasn't taking as many breaks as I typically do. I mean, it's also super cold here, so I didn't really I've been hibernating for the last 2 weeks. I haven't gone lap swimming, which I feel like a total slug for not doing it, but it's too cold. It's too cold to be walking out with wet hair.
It is.
Jumping in that cold pool.
No, it's way too cold, and it's supposed to get even worse next week. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, so just been that type of week, but hope you guys are having a better one. Do you have anything that you need to bitch about, Marissa? Get off your chest before we move on.
I mean, pick something. I'm ready to bitch about it. No, this week, I don't know. 2025 came in with a vengeance because ever since I've been back at work, it's just been like, I've been bombarded. It's like I'm paying for those 2 weeks that I was out, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
No, everybody's circling back. Everybody is circling back.
Everybody.
All those emails I ignored popping right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Pete, too cold. Pete, it's cold for us, okay? We're going to get snow next Tuesday, and that's not right.
It's Texas, all right? It's South Texas.
South Texas, because East Texas and West Texas get snow.
Yes, but South
Texas,
yeah, but South Texas, we do not.
No, we don't.
do not get snow.
We're by the Gulf. We get tropical weather. That's what we're used to.
We get hurricanes, Pete, okay? We don't get snow.
All right. So, I mean, I really don't have anything to, just aside from being super busy at work. Oh, I did have, okay. So we were talking about this, but I didn't bring up the subject. But I went on Monday, I had like a delayed holiday lunch with people from Houston that are in my company, right?
Yeah.
So we go to this restaurant, which was super nice, guys. Like it's expensive. It's super trendy. It's just like, and we had like our per diem per person was like $100 per person. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're like, fuck yeah. So the person in charge chose this really nice place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, the food was terrible.
No, that's the worst. You had a great budget and the food was terrible?
Yeah, it was not good. We had 3 different apps. The apps were like, one of them I just didn't touch because that was just not my thing. And then the second one was some like lump crab, lobster, avocado cocktail type of thingy that had like too much like sauce, or I don't know. It was just not my thing. I mean, I took a couple bites of that. That's probably the one I ate the most of. Then we had some mussels, and it had some like chorizo sauce to it. That was weird. And I don't know. It was just not. It was not it. So then my entree comes, right? And I'm like, okay, that'll be good. It was so salty that I ordered a crab cake, which was huge. It was like the size of a pancake first of all.
Oh no.
Like, this is lunch. This is crazy. But I squeezed so much like lemon on it just to try to kill off the salt.
The salt, yeah.
And then it had like a little sauce that was also like, everything was just salty. And like, well, you can't bitch about that, right? It's a free lunch.
Yeah.
A free, very expensive lunch. Because that crab cake was like $40.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I should have just
for it to be
steak.
salty.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So like, you can't say anything, right? They were like, "Oh, how was your meal? You like, did you like everything?" I'm like, yeah, of course it was great. Like, but you're not, because I was telling my boss, I got back into office and I had a quick meeting with her about a project that I'm on. She's like, "How did it go? How was lunch?" So I was like, "Oh, it was good, but the food was terrible." So she's like, "You should have said something." I'm like, "I'm not gonna say anything. Like, no, this is a free meal. You can't say anything. You just thank you. Eat what you can."
Would've.
You would have said it was terrible.
I honestly, I would have said, "Hey, this is incredibly salty. Can I get something else?" And I would have gotten something else at the restaurant.
Yeah,
because it's not like it's the company giving me. You know what I mean? It's the restaurant. So
I mean, yeah, and I didn't want to send it back. I was just like, no, fuck this. I just need to eat this. We need to get on, because I had to come back to my meeting, and I didn't, I didn't want to deal with it. But yeah, I just would have never said anything to the people who invited me.
Oh.
Or, because she's like, "Oh, you should have said something to them." I was like, well, if they ever bring up another like lunch or whatever, because we're supposed to do it like quarterly or twice a year, something like that. Okay. I'm like, if they bring up this lunch again, or like doing lunch again, I'm just gonna be like, let's try something different. Let's try a different restaurant.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely not good.
I know.
Yeah. So that was a bummer. And okay, so what do we want to talk about? Okay. I'm looking over our notes now that we're organized and keeping track. I threw us off the notes.
Yeah, it's okay. We're back on. We're back on.
Okay.
Yes.
So one thing I wanted to talk about was the name change. I don't know if you guys have noticed on our Instagram handle, on here on YouTube, our YouTube handle got changed. We changed it to I Hate It Here HQ. For those of you who've been with us from the very beginning, we should be IHIH WHS referencing workplace horror stories, right? Because when we first started, that was our theme. We came on here, talked about work, bitched about work. But then that was the theme of the show, right? But then when I was let go of corporate, part of my severance package was not talking about the company in social media. So correct. I had my attorney go through it. Like, he went through the servants package just to make sure that everything was fine and they weren't trying to like jip me out of stock, money, whatever, right? Like, he went through it. One of the things that he did call out was like, "Hey, you're doing that show." Or, well, I mentioned it to him. "Hey, we're doing this show. Like, will I get in trouble?" And he's the one who was like, "You guys won't, like, you're not a big podcast. You're not getting thousands of listeners." And I was like,
we're not getting thousands of views.
I know. Way to like rub it in. But he was like, "No, just, just take off the workplace and just change the subject. So it's not always focused on work." So that's how we started including all the life horror stories, etc., onto the show, which quite honestly has been awesome because it made us evolve. It gives us more to talk about than just work shit, right?
Yep.
So now as like more opportunities are coming our way and people are reaching out to us for like partnerships or like brand deals, which let me tell you guys, they haven't been that great, and that's why we haven't done them. I mean, Marissa and I are like, thank you, but we're gonna pass. They haven't been that great. So we, but we want to be ready. So in case something ever does come our way that we do want, that we don't have, like, we're not consistently explaining the WHS, which we've had to do repeatedly. People ask us on Station Head, what does that mean? Like, so long story short, I hate it here. It's taken in every freaking platform ever. That's a common name. We couldn't even get the trademark for it. We couldn't get the domain for it. We were able to get I hate here HQ. And that's what made sense for us. So it's like different varieties. If we want to expand in different things, it's not tying us to anything else. So
correct.
So yes, that's why we dropped the WHS and added the HQ. So anybody who had questions, there we go. But also, like I mentioned, one of the great parts of dropping the WHS is that we did incorporate different stories, right? Like we're now able to have different segments on. That's why we're going to have like Sluggy and Nikki on with us. We're going to have Jen. That's why we're doing the morning after with Helen, incorporating a lot of stuff. And people get to send us stories that are more than just
workplace horse. Yeah, work related.
So we actually have a story that somebody sent in to us that's not about work.
Yes.
Yeah. So Marissa, I need you to give the disclaimers and let everybody know if they want to send a story our way that we're not qualified.
Yes.
Give them the spiel.
All right. So we just we love it when you guys share your stories with us, whether you guys want to call in. And I will be posting the link in the chat here. But if you all want to call in and share your stories, we definitely love it when you all do. You can always come on live and share your stories live with us, or you can send it to us via one of our social media, and we will definitely be happy to read it on air and provide, our feedback and obviously the chat's feedback, all of you. But we do ask that when you do send these stories that you do change the names of places, people, just to make sure that you are safe, we are safe, and that nobody comes after our 2 little pennies that we have for collectively, because we want to make sure that, everybody's kind of protected there, but also that we are not qualified. We are unqualified. We are unprofessional. We are not, any of the uns that you can think of, that is us. So you will not get quality advice. That's what I'm saying. Will we spiral with you? 100%. Will we give you revenge tactics? 100%. Will we give you good advice? Probably not. Somebody in the chat might, there's a lot of,
occasionally we do. Occasionally a nugget or a wisdom or 2 comes out. But we go straight to throwing hands.
No. I will immediately tell you to punch somebody in the face. So with that said, just make sure that this is all in good fun and making sure that you are, when you share your stories, just know that we are not, if I tell you to go fight someone, like, please don't go fight them, right? Unless you want to, that's on you. So you just want to make sure that you would get that disclaimer out there.
All right, so let's get into the story that was sent to us.
Okay.
So it goes, I work in an office that has free food cafes and coffee bars. My favorite coffee bar to visit has 2 baristas working there, and we'll call them Susie and Brianna. Susie is shy and sweet, but Brianna is more of a firecracker, so it's fun to argue and banter with her and there. Okay. Like here and there. Like,
yeah.
Okay. I've become friendly with both of them since I visit the bar basically every day, but no weird boundaries have ever been crossed. Last week, I was walking past the bar to get a meeting, and Brianna stops me and tells me, "Hey, you were in my dream last night." I stopped, confused, and said, "Oh, okay, what were we doing? Hanging out?" "Kinda," she said smugly. And the person replied, "Okay, you're fucking with me." She gave me a weird look and walked away. Marissa, you already got that.
I don't like this. Why am I in your dream? What?
No. I'm like, what's happening in the dream when they say it like that. I don't know.
Well, first of all, I mean, for the person to be telling you, "Oh, I dreamt about you," like, That sounds like a you problem. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like where
Okay.
it's going.
So after my meeting, I needed coffee. So I went back to the bar. And before I could order, Brianna pulls me aside and she says she needs to tell me about the dream. I was like, okay, I'm listening. She said in her dream, she was naked in the shower. And I came in and I said I needed to work on her shower. So, like, I guess do maintenance or something in that shower. Oh, yeah, I work in maintenance department. So here, so I guess this makes sense to her in her dream world.
So homegirl did a whole plot. Like she is living in her fantasy. Okay.
It's like her mini porn. I like it.
I know. It's like this sounds like the intro to her porn, but all right.
I'm very bad at remembering my dreams, so good for you, girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brianna said we started to make out in the steamy shower, started touching, and then proceeded to have sex. After a little while, she woke up. I was convinced she was messing with me, but she insisted she wasn't. I asked her why she would so openly admit this to me, and she said, "It's weird, right?" And I said, "Yeah, duh." I asked, "What made you have a dream like that?" She said, "Okay." No, she said, "I don't know," but gave me a weird flirty smile. I got nervous, said okay, and goodbye. Now I'm not a confident person, especially with girls, and don't consider myself to be particularly attractive or desirable. Brianna's a pretty girl, so admittedly, hearing this was a bit of a confidence boost. Since that day, every time I stop by, she gives me a funny look or makes a joke like, "Hey, do you make house calls?" Or help me, my pipes are leaking."
Oh shit. Well, damn, she's not subtle at all, right?
Right? And I kind of just laugh it off. Weirdly enough, this isn't the first time that this has happened to me. Back in high school, one of my then girlfriends, good friends, admitted to having a sex dream about me as well. The questions are as follow. 1, is admitting to having sex dreams to the person you had a dream about a common thing to do? I can't imagine that it is, because it seems like a very bold thing to confess. Off the bat, no.
No, not
No.
unless you want it to translate from dream world to real world having sex, then no, you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she's opening the door and you're just not going in, bro. Like that's just what's happening.
Question number 2. Should I tell my girlfriend? I love my girlfriend more than anything, and I try to keep things as transparent and honest as I can. She tends to tell me when someone at work or at the store or at her store flirts with her. And I would do the same if people actually hit on me in the wild. LOL. However, I have a feeling that she would ask me not to visit this coffee bar anymore, which would suck because they have literally some of the tastiest cold brew I've ever had. Should he tell the girlfriend?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Ugh, I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because she's hitting on him. And if she was to find out about this from somebody else, she's not going to believe like, oh, someone basically like opened the door and you didn't do anything about it. So I think it should. I mean, I think this person should.
I wouldn't tell. I wouldn't tell the girlfriend because it's somebody you work with, somebody you can't really avoid, as long as you put those boundaries up and aren't giving into it. Like just telling the girlfriend, I think it's gonna like hurt her feelings. I don't know.
Oh, is it though?
Like
Because
it's different if it's like a stranger at like, ooh, I got like somebody whistled at me or asked me for my number, like a total stranger, but somebody that you work with, she's always gonna have that in the back of her mind every time you go to work or come back from work. I don't know. I just feel like
I can
knowing
see
that
that.
it's a person that you consistently see on a daily basis.
But I think it depends on what are the rules that they've established, right? Like, is it, hey, if someone hits on me, because this person is saying that whenever something happens with the girlfriend, even at work, that she is transparent. So I could see if the girlfriend was to ever find out, she'd be like, well, I was transparent with you. Why aren't you being transparent with me? When I've said, when I've shared everything that's happened, even at work.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think
So
it
now
depends on.
on
On that.
boundaries in situations that were like that were set, or boundaries that were set in that relationship. Okay.
Exactly.
Number 3, do we think Brianna's dream was a random one-off dream, or do we really think that she wants a one-way ticket to Slamland?
Is that even a question?
Yeah, like you can't be that dumb. Come on, she's hitting on you.
Listen, she's trying to make her dreams come true. Like, I don't know what else to tell you here. Like, first of all, who knows if this is a dream? It could be a setup from the girl that's trying to like open door to the conversation, see if this person's into it, right? And like testing the boundary, whether this is going to get completely shut down or not, right? I get that it's a shock, but I think the fact that he was like, that she keeps joking about it and being so bold about the jokes too. Come fix my leaky pipes. Like, dang, girl. Like, that's not even like a hint. That's just like a
straight hitting on you. Yeah. No, so she's not messing around. She's openly flirting. Who knows if it was a real dream or not? But it's not like she's purposely putting it out there, and this person is. I mean, you gotta know that whoever wrote this in, like, you have to know. You just want somebody to confirm it for you. I think, like, you have to know that somebody's blatantly hitting on you like that. Don't act like, oh, does she really? Like, get the fuck out of here. She's hitting on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
absolutely. But wait, hold on. But I love how this has happened to me before. Like
once.
I'd love to get more details.
Well, they didn't put details, but I think it was just like it happened, but like nothing, like I guess came of it. I don't know why that was added in there.
Yeah. Like, is that just a common thing? Just girls tell you they dream about you? Like,
bunch of sustias out there just
I know.
admitting to their sex dreams? No. No. When people tell you, like, they're blatantly hitting on you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not like oh, I'm so innocent. I had this, me. I had this dream about you. Get the fuck out of here, you promiscuous bitch. Like, you know what you're doing.
Exactly. Don't clutch your pearls at this point. Like, you know what you're doing. You're trying to get in bed with this person. Stop it.
Absolutely. So should we see what the chat is saying?
Yes. So going into the chat, it looks like as soon as Adam was with me, because Adam was like, as soon as you said, I work with this person and she had a dream, he was like, he did not like where this is going either. Mia says, need to work on her quote unquote shower. Classic plumbing porn plot. Maintenance man porn. Sherry's asking, is there a pizza delivery scene next? That's the next dream. If the plumbing man doesn't work out, that's the next dream.
It's gonna be the person. Since she works at the cafe, it's gonna be like the delivery person. I had a dream about you.
Lisa says, oh damn. Sal says, so ask her out. Flux says, narrator sounds like a loser. Okay.
Well, Lisa, like, I mean, I think
I don't know. Y'all were beefing today. Jesus.
Like, even swinging.
It's like, dang. Don't get me wrong, I respect it, but dang. Lisa says, right, if you didn't find the dream interesting, you'd never admit it happened. Sal says, never mind, you have a girlfriend, so don't ask her out. But I think everybody agrees with you on the not telling her part. Everybody says, no, don't tell her. Sal says, it'll make the girlfriend uneasy. Adam says, I think she just made it up to flirt, which I absolutely agree with. Flaggy says, homegirl's a freak. She's just a freak. Okay. He says, not to us, the person who wrote it. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it came out swinging to us. We got that, but I'm just saying he's not down for the story. He's like the person who turned in the story. Yeah, I still stand by. I don't think the girlfriend needs to know. I think if it was like a stranger at the supermarket or pumping gas or something, like, yeah, like that's a giggle. right? Like, haha, like I still got it type of thing. But if it's somebody that you're seeing on a daily basis,
But it's the fact that this person hasn't put a complete stop to it either. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's where I would fault this person, because this person's like,
still
hey,
getting
you know
cold brew.
what? Yeah, it's like, I'm going to go get my cold brew and my ego stroke real quick.
That's exactly it.
And come back, and do my job. So I think that to me, it's because he's kept it alive, if that makes sense. Like, it's, hey, I get a quick ego boost, like, hey, I still got it, whatever. But it's the fact that there hasn't been like a, hey, I appreciate it, but we're not friends like that, right? My girlfriend had the same dream. That's what I would have said. So funny. What a coincidence. My girlfriend
Right. And
had
I
the
only
same
fix
dream.
her leaky pipes. Like,
Yeah, like, so
unless we're in a
if someone-
polyamorous relationship and she allows me to fix people's pipes.
unless it's established in our polyamorous relationships, right? But whatever.
All right. So moving on from that. Well, I didn't really have anything to bitch about, like within like my life and work, blah blah blah. Anything major, guys. What is going on with this TikTok ban? How am I gonna find content for you guys? How am I gonna doom scroll for hours now?
I will say that this has just proven over and over again how disconnected what people think is best for someone and America. I feel like we're just a nutcase. We have to be studied as a society. Like, it's absolutely insane.
Fucking America, like senators out there trying to put a ban to this. I mean, of course, we all know it's because their pockets are being lined by Meta and Musk, right? Trying to force people to go back into their shitty fucking apps, and people are not having it. Like, we're not as dumb as government thinks. People don't want to use those applications, and to say that it's protecting our data. How many times have you gotten emails that your data has been breached?
Every other week.
Always. Every
Always.
single fucking account that I have has been breached. Our social security numbers, like social security got hacked. Our numbers are out there in the ether. We don't know what's happening with them.
Exactly.
Last year I had 2 credit card instances where I had they took $2,000 out of one bank account. So luckily the bank gave that money to me because I was able to catch it like before they pulled any more money. So I moved all my money from like my major bank to a credit union that I had, and that one got hacked. So now I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, so now I'm basically splitting my money into both accounts. So if one gets hacked, I'm not completely
out
of any sort of cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it could have been like if I had to close my accounts and all that with like my major bank system when that happened, I would have been fucked, right?
Because you pay everything out of there, and you know a lot of the times you have transactions already set up and automated. So
yeah. So for me, it's wild for them to be using this excuse that it's data breach, blah blah blah, especially when everything, Social Security, everything has been breached, right? But I love the pettiness of society of Americans here, of Gen X, millennials, zillennials giving the government the big middle finger and saying, we're not going to go to Meta. We're not going to go to Musk. We are going to go to a Chinese-owned app. So
they're like, oh, you don't want the Chinese government? We will hand deliver it. Thank you very much.
So now everybody is migrating to an app called Redbook. Everybody, no, it's Redbook.
Oh, okay.
No, people are calling it Red Note. Us Americans, of course, are fucking it up, butchering it. But everybody on that app, the Chinese community, the Chinese people it translates to Redbook. But now Americans are screwing it up like we do everything else. There was this one guy who kind of did like a welcome video to like, hey, because they're calling people who are going into that platform TikTok refugees. Right?
Yeah.
Which I think is fucking hilarious. So they're like, hey, TikTok refugees, welcome to this app. This is how you use it. Kind of like this is a good community, be polite, blah, 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 right? So kind of gave that little speech. And then America being America was like, oh, the CEO, somebody said the CEO is sent a welcome video to everybody. And everybody's like, oh, that's nice. Guys, that was not the CEO. That is just some random guy, like a Chinese man living in Vancouver who uses the app
it
to communicate with his family in China. He is not the CEO. But
well,
like
he is now the CEO. He is now the CEO.
But the comments, of course, are wild when he found out that people were like, because his girlfriend found out through a friend saying, hey, they're saying he's the CEO. And they're like, what the hell? So like the comments are hilarious. They're like, if he's not CEO, why is he CEO shaped? But he had on a really nice sweater. Like just the comments are fucking hilarious. But people are so petty that they're like, fuck you, US government. We're going to give these Chinese socialist community, like we're going to give them this communist party, our data. Like, what are you going to do? Steal my pictures? Fuck up my Spotify Wrapped? I'm like, okay, I could understand. But so I'm going to play a video for you on the petty level that people are out there because it's been cracking me up. I've been highly amused this week by people posting all these Red Note videos. And this is one of them that had me laughing, explaining why she's going over.
All right.
I'm already learning over there. I don't feel no type of way about the TikTok ban. I'm already a Chinese citizen. I'm trying to get up in there. They already done lied and tricked us, telling us China did this, China did that. We walked over there. China said, hey, y'all. They was over there like, let me teach y'all my language so y'all can get into it. Now, I was a little nervous at first, but now we all on Shahan Shul. We all over there on that Red Note app. It's real cool over there. But I still like TikTok because that man, he really fought for us. I ain't never seen a Chinese man fight for us a day like that in my life. Never. So I'm going to be having fun over there. They just mad because we learning so much. Y'all keep tricking us. Y'all already told us Africa look like the slums. Africa is beautiful. Y'all done told us Chinese people, they are enemies. They happy to see us. They said we was their enemies the whole time. So basically, we've been getting played in America. They thought they was gonna take away an app that's owned by a man that's in China, and we was just gonna accept that. Nah, we done packed up our bags and we done moved over there to a real Chinese app, and then now they finna take all our data. Oh, when they take my data, they gonna see a lot of XXX on there. They gonna judge me real bad, but we ain't really got nothing to hide because what are they gonna find from Americans? Well, from using iPhones, we don't even know what's going on over here. We done got lied to our whole life. Now we woke. Now they mad. Now they trying to extend the ban because now they like, oh, no, they done went on the Chinese app for real. Nah, we good over there. We good. We chilling. We cool. I don't feel away. Y'all going around interviewing everybody about their little app stuff. TikTok. That's cool. I'm gonna find me a boyfriend over there. I'm gonna get like 2 or 3. I gotta learn more about the culture. I gotta learn Mandarin. All I know how to say is ni hao, and the other thing I said what means is shu. My name is. I learned how to say that. Hopefully they got a Starbucks over there. When I'm done with this court case, I'm moving over there too. Or I'm gonna be. Hopefully they ain't all short like America try to make them. I need me a tall one. But we gonna get on here and I'm gonna act right. You ready? I'm gonna act right so they can invite us over.
Oh,
So
Mandarin.
Yeah. They're calling themselves Mandalorians as well. So those are the countless videos that I'm being fed by TikTok because their algorithm's on point, right? So people just going over there and saying like, I'm gonna meet my Chinese spy. Like it's just wild, right? People are like, take our data. What are you gonna do? But it's also like the sociology part of it is also fucking amazing. And that's another thing that's gotten me, like I'm completely hooked about or got hooked into. The fact that we thought that they were living this very sad, suppressed life. Or, you know, luckily, I mean, I knew it wasn't that bad because I have friends who live there. And so I got to see like some of their life as Americans out there and seeing like society through them and their postings on Instagram, what have you not. So, but like they make it sound like these people are super suppressed or oppressed. They have these like gloom lives, like glim little sad lives. It's fucking amazing over there. Streets are so fucking clean. Society is way more advanced than ours. Their cost of living is, guys, when I tell you people talking about their cost of living, it makes you want to cry about how price gouged we are here with capitalism.
Yeah.
There was one girl on there talking about how she got on a live with a Chinese resident over there, right? Who is paying $798 a year for law school. For law school. She is becoming trying to become an attorney as well. Paying, and by the end of everything is going to be $450,000 in debt. She's like, I'm never going to be able to pay this off. I'm going to be indebted my entire life. She's like, the cars out there put our automobiles to shame.
Shame. Yep.
Crazy. You guys, I mean, in Instagram, I think stuff is kind of maybe filtering a little about like what people are posting on TikTok. Maybe some of it is kind of making its way to reels. But if you you got to look up the Chinese cars. Self-driving, 100% electric, and just gorgeous. Like not even like Mercedes or like top tier companies are building cars like that. $15,000. $15,000. They had a really nice SUV that was I want to say like $18,000. I'm blown away on how inexpensive their cost of living is. Somebody was there's 2 Americans that are living over there, the expats. They're teaching. Their company, or like whatever company hired them to do be teachers, pays for their apartment, which is a 4-bedroom apartment, marble floors that are completely heated. It's just gorgeous views. It's just a beautiful apartment that would probably cost here in Houston about $6,000 plus a month. And they're not really paying for it, but they're thinking it can't be more than $1,200 a month. That's insane. Wild. It is so wild to me.
But I think it's, I think to your point, it's, keeping those filters to make you believe that you're doing better, that you're living better than some of these quote unquote third world countries, or they're so oppressed and this, that, and the other. And I mean, we know it. Like, I know I still have family in Mexico, and everybody was always like, oh my God, Mexico, so this. I'm like, listen, I'm the stressed out one. They are living their best life, buying fucking fruit cups on their way to work. And I'm sitting here depressed. So no, they're doing better than I am.
Fucking oatmeal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so crazy because I put this in the notes and knew that we were going to talk about this, and so I've been seeing some of like their like grocery hauls or whatever, right? My sister picked up my nephew from school today and had to stop and get some quick things for dinner that she was making tonight, and like a couple other things. She said 10 items tops. She's like, I spent over $65.
Oh yeah,
for those items. I was like, this girl that I just saw a whole video of this, got her makeup done, ate breakfast, went to lunch, did this, took a cab to work, and met her home, but picked up dinner. Guys, her total spend was like $17 for her entire fucking day.
Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah. It is so crazy to me. So yeah, I mean, you and I do know that about Mexico, and I didn't realize I was such a socialist until this new Mexican president, because she's my
I love her. I love her, and I cannot wait. She has said that they are going to start building affordable electric vehicles in Mexico that are going to be competitive. So I cannot wait.
Yeah. So
see how that goes.
I know that's plan B. I mean, trying to get my dad to get his citizenship, get dual citizenship from Mexico so that we can get ours. And that's a retirement plan, guys, because it's gorgeous out there. It's not really all cartel. People think cartel and fight. It's not. Like, it's just so many tropical, beautiful beachside states that they have out there. Mexico City itself, and like their large cities. I'm 100%.
And a lot of these cities put American cities to shame, honestly. Like way, their way of life, the way that they also like to preserve the they really take into account like the ecological impact that they have. So they really build up and in within nature versus cutting everything down and then just putting up houses. I mean, it's crazy. They have free medical service. It a lot of people, especially here in the US, it makes it seem like, oh my God, we're living the dream. No, we're not, guys. We're not. And again, I have family members because, still over there, and I can tell you that they live better than I do. And I make so much more on paper than they do, but a lot of them, because a lot of them over there have their own businesses, right? Like they thrive off of small businesses. Yes, you have corporations, but everybody has their own business over there. Everybody's a business owner. They do what they love, and they cherish all of that, and it's great. I could tell you that last time that I was in Mexico, you could not tell me that it was not better than a vacation that I've had here in America. That it wasn't better. Like just the amenities, everything's great. So
Yeah. But one of the okay, so now getting off like our soapbox part of thing of America, and you and I being very angry with America and what's happening here. Another aspect that I love of the unhinged stuff that's going on with Redbook is marketing teams jumping on this. Like companies that are jumping on this and going along, like for the last couple years, it's been a trend, right? Where on like Twitter it started happening, then it's like super big on Threads, where who's ever running their social media accounts or like even their Instagram are just doing the craziest, most unhinged postings, right? So one that jumped on there that I thought was so fucking funny when like their marketing team was on it is Duolingo.
Of course. I saw that and I love it because
they're like, oh, this is crazy. We're like, they were on this trend within like 1 to 2 days. So this is so hilarious. And those of you who aren't on TikTok, it's crazy. There's like TikTok vocabulary, right? Like slang that's there that people who are on there know, and it gets out the vernacular, like gets out into real world, but a lot of it is being started like on TikTok now. So some of these phrases that they're teaching come from the TikTok world. So let me go ahead and show you guys the video because it's super funny.
Welcome, TikTok refugee. 欢迎洋抖难民. My Shayla. 太苦啦. Raw. Next question. 干,下一题. In the club, we all learn Mandarin. 咱们今天开始学中文. I'm now a Mandalorian. 老子现在中文10级.
So fucking hilarious that they were on there so fast with that, right? That was their one of the second videos that they had posted, but the first one is them packing their bags, going to the airport, ready to move on to China, right? But the comment section was hilarious because they got it, and then now all these big brands started jumping in on them. So I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna pause kind of in the way so you guys could read some of them. But I'm telling you, like shit like this is what I'm like makes me love marketing. Unfortunately, I don't do it for a cool company. Like, the marketing that I'm doing is not part of this like agency type of marketing, but on fucking point and hilarious. Can you guys see it? No? Okay, let's start. Oh, let's do this again.
There we go.
Okay. So, I can't pause it. Oh, yeah, I can. So, different brands.
I saw the tell my spy I love him.
Hold on, gotta rewind this. So like Ego saying now Duo, and they're like Lego. They've got Fandango on there saying what the hell. And then somebody saying I love it when companies showing the pettiness. Pop-Tart saying don't leave us here.
I feel like Pop-Tarts represent all of us.
Like
Pop-Tarts represent all of us. Don't leave us here. Take us with
Urban Decay saying Duolingo upgraded, Renault is downloaded. tropical smoothie. Same plot twist. I was already learning Mandarin. Jack in the Box. I call window seat. Like the fact that these brands take me with you. I use it. I love them. Freaking REI. Time to explore new trails together. Pringles. Smiling through the pain. So this had me crying. Like I was laughing my ass off last night reading these comments.
I love it.
Yeah. So you guys, I don't know. I haven't officially joined Redbook. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because it's all in Mandarin. I don't know what I'm agreeing to. I don't know what those terms and conditions are.
I mean, but do you really read all the terms and conditions, even if when they're in English?
No.
Let's be real here. I mean, let's take a note. Let's take a vote. How many people actually read the terms and conditions? Because I could be the first one to tell you I do not.
No, I don't.
Except
You're absolutely right. I don't read them, so I don't know. I'm just gonna let people go out there explore a little on Little Red Book, and I'll just secondhand until TikTok gets totally banned.
yeah.
But yes, guys. So if you're bored and you want to just laugh your ass off about the pettiness, want to
Mhm.
see how suppressed we really are as Americans, or just see like the crazy brands or like the marketing that's going on around this whole like I mean, this is gonna have to go down in some sort of like history book.
Oh,
Like this is
that's
crazy.
that's what I'm 100% banking on, is that we were reading on how history happened, and it just feels like we're so unserious. Like I cannot believe that what we're living through is going to be in history books, because I cannot imagine somebody, like kids, reading this and being like, oh my god, that was so horrible. Like we read about all these history events, right? And it's like,
Mhm.
and a lot of these stories that survive, like like Greek mythology and all of these things, and it's like, we uprode, guys. We revolutionized because they banned an app and they took away our TikTok. So
Well, I mean,
here we are.
granted, it took me a very long time to get on this app, right? Or to actually like start using it, because we
Mhm.
opened up I hate here. We just never did anything with it. It
Yeah.
sat for like a year and we just didn't do it until I finally started kind of going through it, posting, and then finally really started getting into TikTok like this last
Mhm.
year, like in I want to say May, March, something like that. But the fact that so many people are making so much money off of it, and you're going to take away their livelihoods, the fact that it mobilizes people so quickly within the community to be activists, to get stuff going, to communicate without, all these like different barriers. It's going to be sad to see it go.
Do you really think that they're going to ban it though?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. They've pushed it now to stay on until Trump on his first day, and that administration is going to have to decide.
Yeah.
But who knows? All right, guys. So looking at the time, do we have time for a short story or?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So let's get into it. So this is going to be our work horror story.
Okay.
I work in a fairly specialized field in the nonprofit sector, but which sometimes features in the news, and which many people not in the industry. Hold on. Sorry, guys. An ad popped up and totally threw me off. Okay, I work in a fairly specialized field in the nonprofit sector, but one which sometimes features in the news, and which many people not in the industry, therefore, take a passing interest in. Think something like promoting women's soccer. Okay, so it's like it's noticeable, but nothing big.
Right. It's very niche.
Mm-hmm. My field is not one which has a fixed route to get into, such as needing to go to law school or medical school, but there are no entry level roles. You have to have relevant skills and experience gained elsewhere. To take the women's soccer example, some people have previously been soccer players. Some have extensive experience organizing amateur soccer teams or volunteering with girls' soccer charities. Some have specialized skills and qualifications, like being a sports physical therapist, and some have previously worked in different but adjacent nonprofit sectors. Okay. So you have to have some sort of skill set within that industry.
Correct.
Okay. Which brings me to my current situation. A close friend keeps asking me to get him a job in the industry, but he has absolutely no relevant knowledge, skills, or experience. He is one of those who will read and be interested in news articles when they appear, but beyond that really doesn't know much. When he first asked, I assumed he was joking and that it was a nice way of telling me my job sounded interesting. But then he kept asking over and over again. This has gone on for a long time. When I point out that he knows nothing about women's soccer and has no experience of nonprofit work or anything which entails such as project and grant management, he says that he can learn that on the job. I fucking hate people like that. How are you going to learn a skill set like that on the job?
Well, there's a difference between I'm a hard worker, I want to learn something new versus, oh, don't worry about it, I'll learn it on the job. Like, if you don't see any entry level roles, and if he was that interested, he would do his research to understand that there are no entry level roles.
Yeah, it's not like you're applying at a grocery store. You're not going to be like the cashier or
Exactly.
like, come on, dude. When I point out that there are no entry level roles and that nobody would hire somebody with no relevant background just because the applicant thinks they can learn the required skills on the job, he says, I could recommend him. So, yeah, I don't have the skills, but you're going to recommend.
No.
It was totally entitled. One thing making this stranger is that he already has a successful career in a totally different field in a private sector. I have suggested that if he really does want to work in my industry, he could transition to nonprofit work in his current field. There are a lot of opportunities to do so. Then after a few years, use that experience to try and move into mine. When I suggest that, he asks why I can't just get him a job. Like, imagine if I just was like to friends who are like attorneys or doctors or something, I'm like, you can just give me a job. Come
Like,
on.
I'm a doctor now. That's what I do now. You can just get me a job. You're a doctor.
Like,
totally
I'll
fine.
go to court.
I got this, Bessie. I got this.
Don't worry, I will
No.
try this case.
That's insane.
I will soon be moving to a new role, and he has now started asking if he can have my current job when I leave it.
The fuck is wrong with this person?
The confidence of, I don't know, the audacity also. Aside from the fact that it won't be the hiring manager, the answer is unsurprisingly no. But he is continuously asking and getting annoyed and frustrated when I keep saying no. I'm not sure if this stems from a genuine naivety. Why can't I speak today? From a genuine like sense of not knowing about how people get jobs. He basically fell into his current field and then just stayed with it. So maybe he thinks that it's just the case for every job.
What?
So just because he fell into his last position, he thinks he can. This guy has luck, man. He's one of those people that falls up.
I mean, good for him, but also learn boundaries. He's clearly told you no. He's clearly told you, hey, you can't do this like this. You have to have some sort of relevant experience. And he's like, no, but you got this. Like, I don't know. I'm not the owner of the company, sir. I can't just give you a job.
Yeah, so she ended I don't know if he's just trying to be an opportunist because he thinks my industry is more a mix of both. Is there any way to shut his questioning down once and for all? A nonprofit paid more than a private sector? I don't think so.
No, lies.
I've never heard of that. But if that's what he thinks,
then he doesn't
crazy.
know nonprofit world.
Exactly. I mean, but he thinks he can just walk into this job. And he's like, you got it. You can get me in. Just give me your job. Could you imagine?
I mean, the audacity. I want 1/4, 1/10 of this man's confidence to just be like, I got this. Because it's crazy. But also, if he's not respecting your boundaries, like, is that a real, is he a true, genuine friend, right?
No.
I would never put my friend in a position where I'm like, hey, get me a job. Hey, get me a job. Or like, give me your job. Like, what the fuck? I would
Now that
never
you're
put them in
moving
a
on, I see
position.
that spot's gonna be open. I got this.
Exactly. And the fact that you like as a friend, I'm telling you, hey, you need relevant experience. Why don't you? And I'm giving you a plan. Why don't you do this and get some
Mhm.
experience here? And then maybe once you have that experience, you can move into something that I like what I do. And he's like, no, I don't need to do that. You got this. You can get me the job. No, I can't. Like, it's just, I think he just needs to be blunt and honest and just be like, I cannot get you the job and I don't want to talk about this again. So I appreciate it if you don't ask me again because I don't have that authority
Yeah, burn that
to do
bridge. What do
so.
you care?
Fuck that guy.
Exactly.
Let him go. Let him go fucking figure it out on his own time.
But I was like, the audacity and the confidence when I read that story. I was just like, how do people just think they could roll into these type of situations again? Because as she stated at the end, he fell into the position he's in now, which good for him.
Yeah.
Lucky for him. It doesn't necessarily work like that often, even though I've seen so many cases of it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of cases like that. But yeah. No. That's not common. That's not something that happens on the day to day. And he needs to burn that fucking bridge because like just with the attitude, I can almost envision him. And I'm like, that's not somebody that you want to keep on as a friend, or as an
No. And
acquaintance.
I see a Flug put in the chat, how am I supposed to promote my male escort business now? It's like me saying, hey, Fluggy, you're no longer going to be a pimp. I got this.
I got this. Go sit down.
Never been a pimp before. I mean, I think I can figure it out. And not too much in the chat, right, Marissa? Aside from that,
No, looks like Michelle says he's a walking red flag. Absolutely.
Mhm.
He is a walking red flag. I cannot believe that not being able to take no for an answer is exclusive to just this instance. He's got to be that annoying person that wants to bulldoze and get their way.
And how do you do that to a friend?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was saying. Like, as a friend, I would never put somebody in that situation. I would say, hey, if you know of something that maybe I could be a good fit for, I'd appreciate the referral. If you can, if you can't, no worries. But I would never put. And simultaneously, if I work at a shitty job or a shitty place, I would never tell my friend, hey, come work here so we could both be fucking miserable together because it's a shitty place. Like, never. But Adam saying falling up happens way too much. And it really does. It really, really does.
I know we saw that a lot in the facility and corporate.
Yep.
But that's it, guys. So wrapping it up, we're done.
Yeah, that's it. We are done. Our hour is done.
So before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was going to say. Shows will be back next Thursday. I know we are working with Nikki and Flug to get their segment going before the end of the month. Don't know if we are going to actually be able to fit in Jen this month, just because our segment requires going out and doing something. And all of us are hibernating. All of us are like, we're not going out. It's too cold. It is too fucking cold.
It is.
She was just bitching about that in her show today too. She's like, I don't want to leave my house. I'm like, exactly. And then we have we're not doing shows on Station Head, regular I Hate It Here shows on Station Head anymore.
Yes.
We will continue.
I think we wanna dive into that and just do the general announcement.
Of what?
So moving forward, forward, we're not doing any more Station Head shows for I Hate It Here, right? The only ones that we will host on there are Songs We Hate, when we have that partnership with someone. And then Erika will always do Erika's playlist and shows that she collaborates with Adam on, and other shows. But the I Hate It Here
music-based shows.
Correct. Anything music-based will be in Station Head, but everything will be here moving forward. Every Thursday. So we are cutting back from Tuesdays and Thursdays to every Thursdays, with the exceptions of when we have Helen and
Yes.
other special guests.
I was about to say that. We will, so once a month, we will be doing a show here on YouTube twice in that week, right? We'll be, because due to Helen's new job and schedule, she can only do shows on Tuesdays now. So we don't want to miss out on her and her stories and being part of the morning after. So we will continue doing those shows with her. And as a matter of fact, so that last week of January on the 28th, we'll do a show that Tuesday with her, and then on the 30th, so we don't lose momentum on our Thursday shows here. So yeah, that's it. We're done.
We are done. Thank you all so much for your time. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us. And if you want to get a hold of us, you can always reach out to us on our Instagram account, and our handle is
I Hate It Here HQ. Look at me.
Yes.
Got it right off the bat. I'm so proud of myself.
All right, all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erika and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.